I hope you all had a fun and safe New Year's celebration. Yeah, today's video is going to be a lot of me kind of reminiscing, rambling, introspecting, not some super high-level gameplay analysis today, but I didn't get the chance to do a New Year's video yet, so here we are with that. Yeah, 2026 was quite the year. A lot of change in my personal life, a lot of good opportunities, a lot of challenges as well. But here we are at the end of the year. I've returned from my European holiday vacation, which was quite a bit of fun. The wife and I just bought a new house, so we are in the process of moving everything over, but still will be able to provide plenty of content for you all. And have definitely really enjoyed, Total War Warhammer, despite the challenges this year. There was a pretty major content drought for the majority of the year, but I think we ended on a very strong note with a pretty fun DLC. It's definitely reinvigorated the factions that were touched, and a few others as well, of course. And definitely was happy to help Turin and Creative Assembly with the Creator Clash. That was quite a lot of fun. A couple of grueling domination streams with some major technical snafus. Mostly my fault, to be honest, but there you go. Definitely had a great time with that. Looking ahead, we've got plenty of Total War on the docket for this upcoming year. At least, we know that Nagash is likely going to be coming at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later. I'm guessing, not that I have any insider information, but I would speculate probably around summertime. Just as a quick note on this actual replay, this is Scarbrand versus Phoenix King, a couple of absolute XMT legends here. We've got all rank 9 archers, Sisters of Avalorn, Talons of Torquelada, the regiments are now mixed in here as well. We've got a Princess, Everqueen's Court Guard, so basically full-on DACA squad from the Elves, and that's basically it. On the opposite side, it's all devotees of Slaanesh for Slaanesh, so it's like Dark Elves versus High Elves, but very cursed. And I just wanted to say on that note, big thanks to all the champs at XMT. Happy New Year and happy holidays to all the Warhammer clans, of course, but as a honorary member of XMT, I do quite enjoy my time spent with them all. I appreciate a lot of them submitting a lot of replays that you all have been able to enjoy on this channel, so definitely I want to give them all a specific shout out and thanks to all of you as well, of course, for watching and enjoying, commenting, even the handful of dislikes. Generally I have an incredibly good like to dislike ratio, which I always appreciate. By the way, go ahead and like this video if you feel so inclined. But yeah, overall it's been, on the one hand, I am happy that, I guess not on the one hand, just overall, I am happy that I don't have this as my main job, right? It enables me to kind of do what I want and not be overly stressed about decline in views, which has definitely been the case this year. I don't necessarily derive my personal validation or worth from that. And again, it ultimately, I'm losing out on a little bit of money, but at the end of the day, it's fine. This is not my primary source of income. I have a very nice paying day job, which has demanded more of my time this year, but has also rewarded me with increased pay and other opportunities. A lot of changes on that front as well. Of course, went back to school. I'm attending university once again to try and finish a degree I had started years ago. So lots of changes, lots of new demands on my time, which has led to me having a little bit of a slower pace of output this year in terms of videos. But what I have been able to do, I have enjoyed quite a bit, and it's just been a nice sort of hobby for me to, honestly, for myself, just kind of keep doing something creative that I enjoy, that I can show to others and share, and just be a part of the community. It's been really nice for me personally, even if the views and sort of the interest in Total War Warhammer has declined somewhat. I do expect that 40K will be big. I will have to see how it ends up being on release in terms of the quality. Lots of promise. Lots of promises from Creative Assembly in regards to a new engine, new gameplay elements. I'm curious to see how the elements of 40K change up the formula for Total War in general, just like what we saw with Warhammer 1 Total War back in the day. It did change quite a few things, and like a lot of people, even before Total War Warhammer, they speculated on how are they going to implement flying units, how are they going to implement magic, right? There's a lot of speculation, and what we ended up getting has, of course, been iconic and has brought us all together to be where we are right now watching this video, or from my case, recording it for you all. But we'll see. 40K, I don't know if it'll be quite as revolutionary, but I definitely am excited. Of course, Medieval 3 will be great, and there's no chance of that coming out in 2026. But, you know, whenever that does come, that'll be awesome. They've shown a few little things here on the streams, and particularly on the campaign map side, I do see quite a few opportunities for some great development. But, yeah, that's 2025 in a nutshell. 2026, I don't have a lot of specific goals to share necessarily right now. It's really just continue to bring quality content for you all in Total War Warhammer multiplayer. We'll see. I always consider, you know, branching out into other games, but ultimately the format of this is, I've found, works pretty well for me. And of course it would be, you know, a period of growth regardless of what new games I would choose to cover. And I have tried to branch out a little bit in the past, and I just haven't found the success that I wanted. And, like, you know, there's the Age of Sigmar game last year that was decent on release, but there proved to be some fundamental problems in terms of the battle mechanics there that ultimately meant that the game was not particularly successful, which was, you know, a little bit sad for me. It would have been nice to have a nice, fun AOS RTS to share with you all. But who knows, in the new year, I'm considering trying to maybe work with the XMT guys. I know, like, Poison Ducky of XMT has been putting on some events in other games, so maybe I'll jump in some of those and record just some fun gameplay for you all. I don't know, maybe just fire up a second channel to do more like variety stuff. I'm not sure, honestly, what would be best. But it's all sort of ideas right now, of course. There's things that I want to do, and then there's the realistic aspect of me having enough time between school and work and everything else. You know, it's still a one-man show here. Never really hired an editor because I haven't had the channel income necessarily to do so, although it would allow me to do more, maybe branch out. I just, you know, I don't have the time personally, and I honestly don't enjoy video editing all that much. So yeah, this channel being about doing what I enjoy, it's probably just going to continue to be Total War Warhammer multiplayer battle content, which is it's great, honestly. It's like, for all the reasons I've listed, it's really something that I get a lot of enjoyment from. So thank you all for sticking with me. Thanks for Scarbrand and Phoenix King for submitting that one. Hopefully it provided some fun visuals for you all while I wax poetic about the previous year. Yeah, definitely a fun one for sure. I guess the Slaanesh ended up winning that on the back of their devotees getting some pretty good value once they were able to come in contact. The missile resistance on these guys makes this pretty interesting, that they're able to actually get in there and fight a bit. Some units, of course, getting focused down, but for the most part, the devotees all pretty much pay for themselves. The Druki Anointed also, with their bound spells, seem to get some pretty good value there, so all that's fun to see. On Phoenix King, absolute Chad, rank 9 build, I have to say. And a lot of these units end up paying for themselves as well, even if the High Elves narrowly kind of lose that out. It seems like the character value is probably what made the difference. All the Slaanesh characters, I almost said Dark Elves, but basically Dark Elf characters all got much better value across the board, and I think that's maybe where things fell apart for Phoenix King. But yeah, I promise not too much high-level analysis, so that's all I'm really going to talk about that for today. We're going to be back tomorrow with more regular battle analysis content for you all. So thank you so much. Hope you all have a better year this year than you did last year. Thanks. See you next time.